Hey everyone, I just figured I'd make an update video since it's been a while. My neighbor has since moved to a different house. It's kind of out on the edge of town, a lot more room. But this is just going to be an update video of all the John Deere garden tractors we have as of right now, which is late September 2014. I guess I can just start off with the attachments that we just keep out behind the shed. This is a Model 30 tiller that fits on a round fender 110 or 112. It has a square fender mounting bracket on it because it came on a 68 110. This is a two-way, just up and down blade for a John Deere 420. Somebody added some caster wheels to it. And this is a 31 tiller for just a 200 series or 100 series. Over here we got a round fender blade, just a single up and down 42 blade. This used to be a 54, but I switched it. 41 inch deck for a 140, 47 inch deck for our patio. This is a 1963 six-way blade for a round fender. We have a 39 to 47 deck, another round fender blade, and then two 39 inch decks. And then back here behind the fence, it's a little messy right now. We just have a 210 hood, a plow for a 100, Brindley disc, some sort of cultivator. I don't know what brand it is. Got a bunch of wheels and tires. We have a homemade roller that somebody made for a John Deere. It's pretty nice. And then just a little 100 back here that doesn't have any engine or anything. It's just a rolling chassis. So that's basically it for out here. So I'll go ahead and go in the shed. And I'm still driving the same truck, a 96 Sierra. I put a toolbox on it, and it has a CB whip on it also. I guess you can see that now. The only thing I've done to it is put a thrush welded muffler on it. Sounds pretty good. I put about 7,000 miles on it since I've owned it. In 2 years I've had it. It's been a pretty good truck. Alright, so here's the main shed with all the mowers. I'll go ahead and open the door so we can see. This left half is the mowers that get driven more often, I guess you could say. We have the 73 140H1, runs great, no problems. It's got cast weights on it. 77 300 that we got for free. Mows great, has a replacement deck on it and cast weights. And our old 65 110 that we've had forever. 67 110 hydraulic lift. Old Smoky, which is a 73 110. And our 72 112 electric lift, electric PTO. It's got cast weights and headlights. And then the 66 110 that's completely original other than the engine's been rebuilt. It's a one owner. We bought it about 20 miles away from here. That seat cover's been on it since it was brand new. And we have a 1970 120, which is a pretty rare tractor. That's going to be a winter project. I haven't had any time to mess with it. We have our 68 140H3. Pretty sure it doesn't have the original engine, but it runs pretty well. It smokes though, and the transmission's kind of wore out. So it's just kind of a show tractor. Then we have my old 79 210. I got it running good. I had to put a second fuel filter on it between the fuel pump and the carburetor because it kept getting plugged up. It's got bar tires on it. We use it to pull stuff around. Go ahead and open this door. Got one more set of cast weights just laying around. There's one behind this. This is a 71 110 8 horse hydraulic lift with a 43 center blade on it. This tractor is a lot of fun to play in the dirt with. Then we have our 1975 210 that I actually swapped the motor in. We had another 75 210 that ran great, but it didn't look very good, and this one looks great and smoked like heck. So that's the engine that came out of it. And we got a snowblower put on it for winter. That's what I'm going to use for my driveway. And we have another snowblower up there, and then a perfect 39 deck that I completely rebuilt about a year ago. We have our Amerind McKissick Mighty Mac chipper for a 100 or 200 series. 541 front PTO for a 100 or 200 series, and a 49 blower. Then we have the 69 112 patio hydraulic lift with the Kohler in it. Original seat and everything. It's nothing real pretty, but it is a patio. It runs and drives fine. We have a little 100 with cast weights, and it doesn't get ran a whole lot. It's got the plow with it too. Then we have all of our parts, gas tanks, and just all kinds of stuff. All the top shelf is round fender parts. Got a couple transmissions, a round fender one and a square fender. 8 horse out of a 68 110. It's got a magneto on it, and then a couple tiller mule drives. Back at the other house, since he's still in the process of moving, we have a 84 318, another 72 112 electric lift, which is for sale, and then another 66 110 that we used to mow with. And then out front for sale, there's another 300 that I'm trying to get rid of before winter. But these are all the tractors that won't ever probably be sold. Just kept in the collection. Hopefully, eventually we'll build a bigger shed. Got a whole bunch of hoods stuffed up there, and the only problem with this shed is the mice like to get in. I've already cleaned out a mouse nest out of that 140 and out of my old 210 already this year. So I guess I'll stop it right here, and we can go ahead and go up and look at the two 420s that we have. Alright, now we're in the other shed, the one that I call the 420 shed because we have two of them. This first one we bought off a local farmer for pretty cheap. It's got all new deck bearings, hubcaps all around. We just don't have the back ones on. Runs pretty well. Does everything we need it to do. It has about 1,100 hours on it, and it's just starting to use oil. Sometimes it'll use down to the add line, and sometimes it'll only use halfway down the dipstick, but I'm sure it'll get worse, but for now it's fine. The back tires are loaded with antifreeze. But other than that, it's basically the main mower. It's pretty nice looking. We might use it this winter with that plow we have down below to move some snow, because we do have tire chains for it also. So that's the main one. This one's an 89. This other one I'm not sure what year it is, but it has 1,800 hours on it. Runs really well, mows good, but it sprays oil everywhere when it's running because it either needs a oil filter, adapter, gasket, or it needs a oil pressure sensor. But pick this one up cheap. It's probably just going to be a flip tractor in the spring. So that's basically it. We have about 4 tractors right now that I'm going to try to sell, and the rest of them we're going to keep for the collection. So I think there's about 18 total that we're keeping. But yeah, that's all of them. So thanks for watching, everybody.